Welcome back. I'm meteorologist Janessa Webb. Trending this morning, El Nino. It's back. A lot of people doing internet searches to find out more about it. It can cause major weather shifts and bring with it drenching tropical storms to some places while bringing drought to others. It happens every 2 to 7 years when the waters of the eastern Pacific Ocean begin to warm as much as 7 degrees Fahrenheit. Also trending this morning, Snowvember babies. There's a mini baby boom going on right now in the Buffalo, New York area. You might remember a massive snowstorm that hit their area last November. It appears some people found creative, or should we say pro-creative, ways to pass the time while they were snowbound. Now, 9 months later, doctors there say they're seeing an increase in the number of babies being born. Karina.
All right, Janessa, let's talk about drones now. You know, they can offer some really amazing aerial views, but lots of questions about them. In Westlake, people in one neighborhood just aren't sure why a drone keeps flying right over their homes, so police now looking into their concerns. But as Paul Kiska tells us, laws concerning when drones cross the line are up in the air.
Several times in recent days, someone flew a drone like this, not only over Miriam Giardini's house, but her neighbor, too. Westlake police told me that other neighbor was so fed up, he followed the drone back to a house on Bradley Road and gave police the address. The neighbor filed a complaint, claiming the drone was invading his privacy.
I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the heck? You know, and then I got my neighbor, and we're both looking at it. Then it flew away.
Police talked with the drone operator, who told them he owns a drone business and was just flying the small aircraft.
This drone has been hovering over his backyard.
But police say there still aren't any clear, concrete laws specifically pertaining to drones. However, the city prosecutor will take a look at this case. Drone expert Matt Mishak told me new FAA drone regulations are expected next year, but proving there was a crime like trespassing with a drone is difficult. After all, he said, planes fly low over houses near airports, but Giardini, who is a mom, is concerned because drones can take video.
There is a difference, in my opinion, because this is obviously they're professionals flying these airplanes, and they're pilots, and they're made to do this, not actually watching your home.
Police say the same guy neighbors complained about showed up at the police station to get his other drone back after he saw our story recently about a drone that had crash landed on a Westlake street. The owner of that lost drone and the drone flying over some Westlake neighborhoods is this guy, Lonnie King. King took this fireworks video with a drone over Lorraine.
I'm practicing flying the quad.
King told me he's an amateur photographer practicing his drone skills in hopes of starting a search and rescue business.
In the next year, the FAA is going to be changing the laws, and I know that me being in this business for 4 years puts me kind of a step ahead of everybody else, and that's where I'd like to stay.
Spying on people or just taking pictures?
Just taking pictures and flying a drone, not spying on people.
Neighbors just don't want him flying over their backyards. In Westlake, Paul Kiska, News Channel 5.
All right, so King says he takes pictures of things like sunsets, and that people on the ground would have to be extremely close for the drone for it to even see them clearly. He says he never flies that low. And speaking of drones, probably my favorite story of the day. Check it out. This is San Diego. A fisherman on a pier there got a little tired of a drone buzzing nearby, so he cast out his lure. He caught that thing. The drone's owner was able to fly it away, though, before the robot aircraft could be reeled in. However, several feet of fishing line wrapped around the rotors. Even though the drone may have been kind of irritating, police say, you know what? That fisherman, he may have done something a little illegal under California law. But we were talking about the skills there that he's got, right?
That is good time skills, you know, like he must be a good, have a good jump shot. I can just tell, a basketball player right there.
Not sure how he did with the fishing of the actual fish, but the drone fishing, he's got that covered. Yeah. All right, Janessa, so looking hot and steamy today.
Yeah, hot and steamy across the south right now. People are running the half marathon in the heat. You can see that, I mean, just fully committed. Good luck to everyone out there. Lots of sunshine out towards Akron and Canton. I want to show you from the Power of 5 right now they're in that bubble out towards 71 South, all the way into Mansfield. It's towards the west. These increase in clouds start to work its way in here in the next hour or so. That will include partly cloudy skies out towards Richland County. Temperatures out towards Wayne County right now, we're currently at 74 degrees. Greater Cleveland going into the 10 o'clock hour, we're already into the mid-70s, well towards southern locations, Akron and Canton, 75 degrees, and going to continue to increase temperature-wise throughout the day. Now, dew points, when they get into the 60s, 70s, they feel really uncomfortable. So that muggy air, you can see already going into the 10 o'clock hour, Medina 68. So that mugginess definitely moving in hour by hour. I do not agree going into the 4 o'clock hour. I'm going to go with mostly cloudy skies. There's that possibility of an isolated shower moving through, and I think that's well towards our south. So we're going to continue to see temperatures warming up into the mid-80s with partly cloudy conditions as that humid air is in place. Taking a look at our futurecast, you can see that band of moisture. Could see a rumble of thunder out towards Wayne County as it continues to track towards the south, going into mid-afternoon out towards Akron and Canton, greater Cleveland area into lakeshore communities, Portage, Geauga, Cuyahoga County. I think we're in the clear for the rest of the day. Lots of sunshine. You can see that widespread rain starts to move well towards the south. It's going to be a quick moving system, so no need to cancel those outdoor plans throughout your afternoon on the isolated side. So 84 for today, warmer towards inland areas, 69 going into tonight, and you better tell somebody about this 7-day forecast. Look at this. Sunday afternoon, 89 to the south, 90 degrees. Next potential for a little bit of stormy activity won't be until Monday evening. And as the kids are headed back to school this week, recess is going to be nice and steamy. Karina.
All right, Janessa, telling us about that forecast. Now, Leon Viv going to take us on a trip to a place which is as tasty as they come. In his My Ohio report, Leon looks at something in Cleveland which is old but also new again. And he says you'll want to bring a spoon for this one.
Let's take a ride in my time machine. We're going back to the 1940s. Cleveland of a different era, far flung from what you know of the 21st century. Still, some vintage scenes are unmistakably familiar. Mass transit, yeah. Most of it trolleys clanging along city streets. These are the years of World War II. And in every 40s neighborhood, corner pharmacies, drugstores. Inside our soda fountain counters to which ice cream-hungry customers belly up for butter pecan. In our time machine, we revisit the 1940s. We must have missed some of it because soda fountains of the long ago are little by little coming back.
They just kind of went away. And it was just kind of a time that I wanted to bring back a little bit and help people re-experience.
Jeff Moreau owns Sweet Moses, a Cleveland soda fountain. Treats served across the counter. Moreau cherishes the feel of the soda fountain heyday, which ran from the turn of the last century to the 1950s. His Sweet Moses centers in on the 40s. Moreau knows by then soda fountains had grown big time from strange beginnings when powdered medicine sold in drugstores went down like, well, unappetized treatment.
The pharmacist started to mix those medicines with sweet syrups and soda water to make them more palatable.
So enter the soda fountain. From sweets to hide the tastes of a bitter pill to sweets tempting tongues of customers who barked, "Slip me a soda with a double dip of ice cream." Generations later, Moreau's Sweet Moses had them still bellied to the counter.
At least 2 or 3 times a week, and sometimes more if I've had a bad day.
Named for Moses Cleveland, who settled the city, named in his memory, Sweet Moses is steeped in the 40s. Music played is all 40s. It too keeps that time machine theme going.
What was it about the 40s you liked?
Just, I guess, the music and the laid back feel of it.
Yeah, during the war years, huh?
Sure.
You could
from what I hear.
So would I, my friend. Through the time machine, we see the way we were when soda fountains cornered the neighborhood crowd and soda water draft arms were jerked by counter workers who were called soda jerks. A time of the movies of Bogart and Bacall and of Hepcat talk Phrases like, he had a lot of lettuce in his wallet and was willing to spend it because she was a real looker. And she kept a crush on him, so she made with the goo-goo eyes. The 40s, Sweet Moses is all about the way we were. You're still in my time machine, the 1940s, men in wild ties and snap brim hats. Sweet Moses keeps that theme going with a lot of jive talk. The 1940s, you see. Yeah, ice cream, sweetheart, but nostalgia too, big boy.
Well, Jeff brought in all of this decor from an old-fashioned soda shop.
Our back bar is over 100 years old. Our marble counter was from a drugstore in Virginia. It's probably from about the 1920s. The stools are from the 1920s.
Nostalgia served with scoops of ice cream and splashes of soda. Lunchtime break or a nightcap, marking a romantic date.
And then come here at the end of the night before we say our goodnight, before we're married or after we got married.
A little hand holding on the side?
Yes.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
So drop me off at Sweet Moses, where everything is 40s, sometimes even the vocabulary. Get a gander at the goods while you dig that music rhythmic beat into the bar. Another stop in my Ohio, which is a blast for anybody who likes the lingo of the Hep Cat. Served with a dish of ice cream.